Andrew.
I know Chiggs is in here recording.
You know, and
no Chig Smooth in here.
Y'all know Andrew said some really wild, disgusting things about Kendrick. You know, saying that he wanted, if he wanted to, he can pretty much just take his cookies and all this wild stuff. But it seemed like Kendrick Lamar people ain't cool with that. So seemed like his life is being threatened now by Kendrick Lamar goons and fans for the disrespect. So a lot of fans are speaking out against it. A lot of people are speaking out against it. A lot of rappers, a lot of podcasters, you know, just saying, yo, chill out, bro. Like, what you doing? You know, so we're going to get to some of these reactions, all right? Let's get to it.
Chiggs. Get ready. You know what to do, Chiggs.
Listen, Chig Smooth. Hey, Chig Smooth, appreciate all the coverage that you been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Nah, Andrew, you are not trying to play victim right now, my boy. In no way. Somebody please get in the comments and tell me Andrew Schulz is trolling right now. There's no way you legit thought you wouldn't get backlash for that comment you made on Kendrick. Most times, that white humor you think is funny is not going to translate well when you talk about other races and other cultures. Andrew Schulz thought it would be funny to make a joke about possibly graping Kendrick Lamar and also having his way with him. And I get it, he's a comedian, but it was just a very disgusting and distasteful joke, especially when Kendrick did not say your name. Yes, he was talking about your situation, but it was more so speaking to the black men that you have around you that let you get away with some of these racist jokes. And also, you gotta kind of read the room, brother. This is Kendrick Lamar's moment right now. He just announced a countrywide stadium tour. On top of that, he's got Super Bowl coming up. He just dropped an album that's doing crazy numbers right now. Making a joke about possibly graping him is not what you want to do right now. On the new episode of his podcast, Brilliant Idiots, Andrew Schulz talked about the backlash he's been getting from Kendrick fans. According to Andrew, some Kendrick fans have been leaving threats on pictures with his daughter, which I do not condone. I think is disgusting and distasteful. If you're mad, take your anger out on Andrew, but don't go to his daughter, man. Here's what Andrew said.
Don't be surprised if he goes crazy. Listen, some of the Kendrick stands have been posting shit like telling me they're gonna take out my family on like pictures of my child.
Oh my
daughter.
God.
You surprised? But this is the nature of the game.
That's social media.
Yeah, social media. It's like, but he says that line. He says that line. His parent, his friend, some of his fans, and the majority of his fans don't do anything. The majority of his fans are just like, they like hip hop. They think he's a great musician. But the most extreme ones on a picture of my 8-month baby are going, you better take security everywhere because I'm coming for your whole family. And this is like multiple.
Crazy.
So to me, that person, I don't blame Kendrick. We can't control what our fans do. But that person, I go, you're talking about my kid, man. Like, I have to screenshot you, know who you are. And if I ever see you,
you can't play with it. Yeah, you can't play with it. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. 100%. That's why I don't feel no remorse.
I feel no remorse. Like, yo, you're talking about someone's child, bro.
Learn from Pusha T.
Damn. So now the fans are well, once again, I really don't know much about him. I know of him, but I don't watch him. I don't watch him or nothing like that. But of course, now everybody's talking about him. So, you know, he was alluding that Kendrick Lamar was clout chasing him. No, that's the other way around. Because I knew of him. I just seen him around. But now, of course, people are talking about him more now that he's, you know, said these crazy things about Kendrick Lamar. So, you know, he is definitely benefiting from this as far as attention. But yeah, threatening people's children, yeah, that's out of line, man. Come on. Y'all gotta chill out with that. Especially an 8-year-old baby, a child. Yeah, y'all gotta chill with that. You know, talk your shit, you know, but all that threatening the man child, you know, that's you know, that ain't cool. That ain't cool. But, you know, hey, people gonna do what they want to do. I just want to let it be known that ain't cool. You know, leave the innocent ones out of it, and then, you know, just talk your shit about the man. Talk your shit about the man. But hey, when you say wild stuff like that, some people gonna take it overboard, because you definitely went overboard when you said what you would do to Kendrick. So now people taking overboard to you. So I wouldn't do it. But hey. Hey.
He did the same thing to Pusha T. You want to mention people's fiance, and Kendrick took his belt off and whipped your ass the way he gonna whip Schulz's ass. If he did that to a half a white man, imagine what he would do to a full one. You know what I'm saying?
And this is why, as a comedian, you have to be very careful with what you say. Yes, you have all the freedom to say any kind of joke you want, but other people also have the freedom to react however they see fit. You should know that the same way people are threatening harm on your daughter's pictures, some people look at the grape joke you made on Kendrick exactly the same way. That's just not something you play with. You do not play with another man's manhood. Some white people think that's funny. Most black people do not, Andrew. Now,
Thanks.
Kendrick Lamar's goon / childhood friend, Hitta J3, who was recently featured on Kendrick Lamar's GNX album, he came out in defense of Kendrick. He responded to Schulz's comments saying, yo, come do a comedy show in LA then, tough guy. You can tell he's trolling, or maybe he's had his behind play with. Y'all decide. Honestly, he won't get the reaction he's looking for. We don't want to hurt nobody. They just gonna label us the bad guys. Then I guess somebody told him, yo, you know Schulz has already done a show in LA, right? Hitta J3 says, come again, fuck all that old shit. Bet you he might have the cops around this time. I'm just saying that to say he is a pussycat, and I bet you he moved different, but on the net be so turned. And then Hitta J3 goes on to say, yo, we're not gonna make this a racial thing. Calm down. Maybe he had a Pulp Fiction moment. LA is gonna be scared to let him come do another show after that response. Listen, man, Andrew, you knew this was coming. You knew all of Kendrick's goons and fans were going to come after you. And it's funny because Andrew even alluded to it right before he made that great joke on Kendrick.
Like, first of all, Kendrick's people and the gang affiliate, everybody, his security, they will kill me. They will destroy me. They'll find me in the street. They'll fucking cut me up. They'll shoot me. They'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy. Y'all do. But just Kendrick, I would make love to them.
But I will say this, yes, Andrew is going to have to move slightly different when he's in LA now. But do I think LA is not going to book him for shows? No, absolutely not. If you guys have ever seen or been to one of Andrew's show's comedy shows, it is 90% white. And those white folks do not care about anything going on in rap. So there's no way his shows in LA are going to be affected. The same way Kendrick's shows in Toronto are not going to be affected by Drake or anybody in his camp as well. If the venue has to hire and put 1,000 cops in front of the venue just to make sure that the show goes off without a hitch and everybody gets paid, they're going to do just that, people. Once again, I do not condone threats on people's kids and their families, and I also do not condone threats about graping another man. You guys get in the comments below what you guys make of these threats from fans and also Kendrick's goon. Do you guys think these threats are going too far, or are they warranted? Post your comments below, subscribe to the channel, like this video.
I mean, just my opinion, yeah, threatening people's children is too far, but he also took it too far too. So, I mean, I guess some people saying an eye for an eye, but me personally, I wouldn't do that. If you got a problem with the man, just leave it, keep your attention in your comments and your, trolling, I guess, in your comments to the man. But I mean, some people really support Kendrick, his friends and family probably don't appreciate you saying that wild shit about their nephews, about their sons, about their brothers, about, Kendrick is beloved, especially in LA. So he gonna have people that's ride for him. So they gonna say, hey, you went out of line, now I'm gonna go out of line. So, I mean, you put yourself in the fire, so you can't complain about getting burned. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I don't condone it, but that's me. I'm not everybody. So you said some outlandish things and, hey, it is what it is. Now, you would think that since Andrew is getting death threats and people are, looking up his newborn child, 8-month child, 8-month daughter, Jay Hitta said, come to Kelly. I bet you won't come to Kelly again. You would think he would maybe tone it down a little bit. Right? You would think he'll maybe shy away from it. Well, we got another video. And guess what he's doing on this one?
Right. So whatever you say,
Jay gonna have everything up there.
Whatever you say, Jay's gonna be on YouTube with it, man.
Say, D, did you see what Wack 100 said? No, I didn't see it. If you have it, send it to my Instagram. Send it to my Instagram, and I'll do a reaction to it. But like I said, we heard. Well, I don't know if Andrew has shown any proof of these threats, but he said that people been threatening him on Twitter and stuff like that. But has he shown it? I don't know. But you would think since he's getting these, these threats on his life and his daughter and his family that he would, back up a little bit. Well, let's see how he responded to those threats.
You make jokes about black women?
I make jokes about black women, yeah.
Really? I never heard.
I can see why you haven't heard him, because I usually do on this podcast called Brilliant Idiots once a week for the last 10 years.
The rap battle is now evolving to global verbal war as Andrew Schulz responds to the backlash of his initial response to Kendrick Lamar referencing what we believe was Andrew Schulz in his new album, and tries to make the point that he's no different than the South Park creators who Kendrick Lamar.
What's up, Calvin? Remember, Boogeyman hasn't said a word. Yeah. And we know how Kendrick responds back. People like academics thought that, Kendrick was not going to respond. You know, how come Kendrick hasn't made a response? It takes time. You know, Kendrick works a little different. So he don't just drop garbage, you know. He's very calculated. So when you don't hear anything from Kendrick, you know, just be on your tippy toes.
Is working on a project with. What's up, y'all? Is your man Talk This World reporting for the Chick Smooth channel? We got to talk about this.
South Park did a whole episode about Lizzo.
Hold on, you're saying South Park did an episode about Lizzo? Wait a minute, but isn't Kendrick Lamar doing a comedy with South Park creators?
Yes.
Wait a minute, hold on. But do the laws not apply to Kung Fu Kenny? Because they're white comedians making fun of black women.
I mean, I don't really know what's going on. I haven't really.
Yo, what's happening in this world? Charlamagne, what's happening in this world?
I haven't really heard about it either.
Oh my God.
Well, apparently, rappers.
Tell me where it began.
Okay, rappers started telling comedians that they need to be more respectful of women.
Okay, let's
something that none of us thought would happen in history.
Let's listen to
you know what I mean?
What did he say?
What you talking about? What, the comedians are too disrespectful to...
Everybody should just be more respectful.
I like...
No, what he just said, like, oh, but he could do a show with South Park.
So the guys that created South Park are two white guys, and they've made jokes about black women.
Well, they make jokes about everybody.
Oh my God! Hold on. What did you say?
They do have a character.
What did you say?
What's the character? The black character? Token. And they do make jokes like they did earlier this year. They did do the episode about Lizzo. They do make jokes about everybody. Like, everybody gets it on South Park. And see, that is what.
You know who you're talking to?
Now, I don't really know what's going on.
Well, if
I don't know.
Everybody gets these jokes.
Okay, that I know.
Everybody. Mustard gets it. Mayo gets it. Okay. Duck sauce gets it. Okay. Curry gets it. Curry gets it.
Oh, he's talking about the season.
Yeah.
I didn't know he's talking about Stefan. Indians.
I'm talking about Indians. That's the Indians. We're doing it for each group of people. Everybody get these jokes. That's the rule.
Taylor, what's the line?
But Kendrick got specific laws.
never
Kendrick got to protect women from comedians as long as he's got an album coming out.
looking for
Kendrick's got to stand up for you
It's
ladies.
the last verse.
As long as he can profit from it. He got to stand up for you ladies.
Stop it.
Make it bigger, pause.
And then as this clip will get posted on Twitter, someone will respond, South Park goes after everyone. They're equal opportunity trolls. So then with Schulz to reply, interesting, with a laughing emoji. Andrew would then comment on Kendrick directly saying, they call him Kdot because he reacts to jokes like he's on his period. And he would continue the short jokes saying, everyone gets these jokes. Also, Kendrick makes raps for dudes under 5'10". Kendrick fans, make sure to include your height in the comments below. If you don't include, I think we can assume. And then people will continue to reply to the South Park comment saying, South Park literally makes fun of everyone, but nice try. And then Andrew replied, they're starting to get it. How do you feel about all this? How seriously do you take what people say on podcasts?
Now, as I said earlier, like I said, if it's one group of people that can, you know, make jokes about race, it is a comedians and they can get away with it. Like I said, I would be a hypocrite and be like, hey, everybody makes these jokes, right? Like Eddie Murphy has made jokes about white people. So I don't take it like that, you know. Some of the stuff that he's saying it is truthful, you know. But it's just not good timing. You know, it's just not good timing. You know, I don't necessarily disagree with some of the stuff that he's saying, but saying that you want to take a man's virginity, take a man's butt is nah, that's crazy. Like it's cool if you want to make jokes about him being short and, you know, all this up, but making a joke about taking his butt, that's a whole different, like, come on, man. That's crazy, right? Like, you joking about graping a man. Like, that's the part. Like, if you want to roast Kendrick, roast him. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, roast him being short, roast him about this, roast him about that. But, man, you trying to take that man booty? You know what I mean? Like, that's the that's the part where he's not understanding, right? Of course, if you're a comedian, you can, you know, make jokes about racial stuff. You know, I'm not offended when I hear a white person make a black joke, because then I would be a hypocrite when black comedians make a joke about white people. You know, hey, it is what it is. I'm not that offensive, but it's just how you deliver it. You know, how you deliver it is very key. You know, now if there's some racial tendencies and some slurs and there's like direct racial things that are said in it that makes it sound racist, that's a whole different thing. But the whole, it's just, man, leave the man butt alone. You know what I mean? Like, leave that man butt alone. Like, you ain't got to sexually assault him, right? That's my thing, right? For me. I'm not telling you how y'all to feel, if y'all felt like he went out of line with the whole racial stuff. I don't think he's a racist, to be honest with you. I don't think he's being racist. He was just making a joke, in my opinion. But leave the man butt alone. You went way too far when you said that you can that you can literally grape him, and like, that's not funny. That ain't funny, right? So that's all I gotta say. Like making a joke about graping is not funny. But if you want to make little side jokes about him being short or him, this and that, all right, cool. But that whole graping shit, hey, chill with that, right? So that's my outtake on it, right? So we shall see how this is going to end. Once again, people was threatening his life, so he came back and made more jokes. So, hey, good luck to you, sir. Good luck to you. Right. Oh, you sent it to me? All right. All right, you sent it to me. Let me see what we got. You said Whack 100 said something.